Welcome to our channel. I hope this video is useful. How to use mun. In this chapter we will learn more about mun, words which can be verbs or adjectives.
We saw in chapter 9 that men verbs can be either transitive, with an object following the verb, or adjectives. We saw in chapter 9 that men verbs can be either transitive, with an object following the verb, or intransitive, with no object following the verb.
Transitive.
Mereka membeli pakaian di toko murah itu.
They bought clothes in that cheap shop. Intransitive.
Anita menyanyi di kamar mandi.
Anita sings in the bathroom. Sound changes.
When we affix men to a base word, often a sound change occurs, that is, the sound of the initial letter. There is no change. The capital letter N in men is used to indicate this change.
Lihat, melihat.
To see, look.
Maki, memaki.
To swear.
Nanti, menanti.
To wait.
Nganga, menganga.
To be agape.
Nyanyi, menyanyi.
So sing.
Raba, meraba.
To touch, feel.
Yakin, meyakinkan.
To convince.
Warna, mewarnai.
To color.
Bisu, membisu.
To stay mute.
Fitnah, memfitnah.
To slander.
Pukul, mepukul.
To hit.
Dengkur, mendengkur.
To snore.
Cari, mencari.
To look for.
Tari, menari.
To dance.
Obrol, mengobrol.
To chat.
Garuk, menggaruk.
To scratch.
Kejar, mengejar.
To chase.
Setir, menyetir.
To drive.
Transitive men verbs. Intransitive verbs, men indicates active voice, also called subject focus. That is, it tells us that the focus of the sentences is on the actor, who is also the subject of the sentence. Men contrast with the D indicates passive voice, also called focus, where the focus is on the object of the sentence. This contrast is discussed in more detail in chapter 19. Men verbs with noun base. Some transitive men verbs come from nouns. The following verbs mean do something associated with the base word or using what is indicated by the base word.
Borgol,
Handcuff.
memborgol.
To handcuff.
Cat,
Paint.
mengecat.
To pain.
Parut,
Greater.
memarut.
To grate.
Sapu,
Broom.
menyapu.
To sweep.
Semir,
Polish.
menyemir.
To polish.
Sisir,
Comb.
menyisir.
To comb.
Men verbs with verbal base. Other men verbs have a verbal base and, as mentioned in chapter 10, the presence of the prefix is required to make a well-formed verb.
Baca,
To read.
membaca.
To read.
Buka,
To open.
membuka.
To open.
Lihat,
To look, see.
melihat.
To look, see.
Siram,
To spray, water.
menyiram.
To spray, water, garden.
Tutup,
To close, shut.
menutup.
To close, shut.
Intransitive men verbs. With intransitive verbs, the prefix men indicated different meanings. Formation of base word. As with transitive verbs, the men prefix is needed in some intransitive verbs for the base word to be well formed or make sense. In some cases, the base word cannot occur without it.
Didih, mendidih.
To boil.
Arti, mengerti.
To understand.
Inap, menginap.
To stay the night.
Ungsi, mengungsi.
To flee.
To do something associated with the base word.
Ludah,
Spit.
meludah.
To spit.
Rokok,
Cigarettes.
merokok.
To smoke.
To be like what the base word indicates.
Gunung.
mountain,
Menggunung.
To pile up,
Puncak.
peak,
Memuncak.
to peak,
To go to where the base word indicates.
Darat.
land,
Mendarat.
to go to land,
Dekat.
near,
Mendekat.
to move close,
Jauh.
far,
Menjauh.
to move away,
Seberang.
across,
Menyeberang.
to go to the other side, to cross,
Sound words, onomatopoeia. These are words that resemble the noise made by either animals or humans.
Aum.
roar,
Mengaum.
To roar, tiger.
Cicit.
Squeak.
Mencicit.
to squeak, mice,
Dengkur.
snore,
Mendengkur.
to snore,
Embik.
bleat,
Mengembik.
to bleat,
Eong.
meow,
Mengeong.
to meow,
Gonggong.
bark,
Menggonggong.
to bark,
Keluh.
sigh,
Mengeluh.
to sigh, complain,
Raung.
roar, wail,
Mengaung.
to roar, wall,
Ringkik.
neigh,
Meringkik.
to neigh,
To become what the base word indicates.
Bengkak.
swollen,
Membengkak.
to swell,
Busuk.
rotten,
Membusuk.
to rot, go off food,
Cair.
liquid,
Mencair.
to melt,
Kering.
dry,
Mengering.
to dry up,
Kuning.
yellow,
Menguning.
to become yellow, ripen,
Putih.
white,
Memutih.
to become white,
Tebal.
thick,
Menebal.
to thicken,
Tipis.
thin,
Menipis.
To thin out. Some words having this meaning can also be used in a metaphorical sense.
Runcing.
pointy,
Meruncing.
to become pointy, become heated or acute. For example, conflict or argument.
Men adjectives. Interestingly, some men words are adjectives rather than verbs. For example, the following men words mean in the shape indicated by the base word.
Lingkar.
circle,
Melingkar.
Curled,
Panjang.
long,
Memanjang.
Lengthwise, elongated. Another example is the word
Menarik.
which comes from the verb,
Tarik.
pull. The meaning of the adjective
Menarik.
is derived from the metaphorical sense of pull. Something that pulls or attracts your attention is something interesting or attractive.
Menarik.
verb, to full,
Menarik.
adjective,
interesting, attractive.
in differentiated men and beer verbs,
In very few cases, men verbs mean the same as their corresponding ver verbs.
Membekas. Berbekas.
To leave a mark or trace.
Menyanyi. Bernyanyi.
To sing.
summary,
Men verbs can be transitive or intransitive. Men verbs can be a noun base or a verbal base. In many cases, the men prefix is required for the base word to be well formed or to make sense. In some cases, the base word cannot occur by itself. Some men verbs mean the same as their corresponding ver verbs.
Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe.